What's going on, YouTube? JT is Reborn here, and welcome back to another edition of my DC comic book reviews. And in this video, we're going to be talking about Batman issue number 152. This one is written by Chip Zdarsky with the Mike Hawthorne on the art for the main storyline. And then we also have a backup that's also an Absolute Power tie-in, focusing on the Birds of Prey. So we'll talk about that in a second, especially the artwork in that one. So this is Happy Endings. This is the tie-in. So the last issue, Batman and Catwoman had to go on their missions to retrieve a mother box because it is the key to something within Absolute Power. So this issue kind of takes place during, Absolute Power 2, 3, and then kind of like right before the ending of that issue. So there's a lot of stuff in various moving pieces, but this is a tie-in. It's Batman and Catwoman teaming up to try and retrieve a mother box. And this is a pretty fun, exciting issue. It's very action-packed. You have the characters who are at a bit of a disadvantage, constantly on their toes. I think it makes for exciting, suspenseful, action-packed sequences about how they're going to try and get out of a situation. And the way they do it, working with their quick-witted thinking, like Catwoman, the way she has to kind of combat, was it Black Alice, is because she knows that magic requires a lot of concentration, so her focus is elsewhere. So she's able to kind of get tricked and tripped and kind of knocked out at one point. You have Bizarro, and then you have, Amanda Waller's, one of Amanda Waller's family members who's also there against them, and it's them trying to retrieve this mother box. It's in a very secure location. I think it's Azarnia, and eventually they are able to do so, but then you have the stuff on the planet that's there to try and kill them, and they're trying to escape. And then we get an even, just when you think everything's all kind of done and taken care of, freaking Darkseid of all characters shows up. That completely caught me off guard, and I thought it was actually pretty awesome. It's this big crazy thing just when you think everything's done, Darkseid shows up, and it is a genuinely awesome kind of surprise. I was oh crap, I haven't seen him in a minute. But I always love when Darkseid shows up and things, you feel that presence. He doesn't have to say a single word. He shows up and it's oh shoot. Batman, you can see the fear in his eyes because he knows we got to get the hell out of here because we cannot take this guy down. And so him and Selina, it's just about trying to activate the mother box, and it requires thought. And just before Darkseid almost hits them with the Omega beams, they manage to escape in the boom tube. But Batman kind of points out that the thing with Darkseid's he was kind of toying with them. If he wanted to kill them, he would have done it. Because we'd already be dead. So he's got other sinister plans. So that's something they got to worry about for later on. And so Batman, when he was kind of in a state of thought, he thought back to kind of a happier moment. And so him and Selina ended up on the beach all the way back from Batman issue 79. Which, that's the only downside of this issue, is being reminded of that issue. Remember the time when Batman and Catwoman, we spent 5 issues arguing about, oh, was it a boat? Was it this? Was it whatnot? Spend all these issues on a beach just kind of making out and having lots of sexual intercourse while, Gotham City is being taken over and Damian had to watch Alfred die. Yeah, that's exactly what I want to be reminded of in this issue. But, like I said, it's handled, well. It's just kind of a moment there. But I'm yeah, I don't want to be reminded of that run. But this was a pretty good action-packed main issue. It's a good solid tie-in. The stakes are constantly kind of moving. It's got that ticking clock element to it with them trying to get out of a situation. And of course, the appearance of Darkseid. It was just a fun, it read like a breeze. It was easy to follow. And you also get stuff with kind of the villains and how Amanda Waller's just such an evil bitch. I mean, we kind of already have established that with the stuff she's doing, but even stuff who are I guess our own family members and whatnot too, the length she'll go for her grab for Absolute Power. So solid first thing. Now they're off to kind of do their thing. So they mentioned continued Absolute Power number 3 and into the grand finale. So good moments here. I the stuff with Tom King and his Batman run kind of checked me out of the whole Batcat thing, but I thought this was handled well. They're respectful to one another, and it plays on both of their strengths, and they're focused on the mission this time around. We can lollygag and do that other stuff another time. So then in the backup storyline, this is by Kelly Thompson and Mattia De Luis. This is another kind of Absolute Power tie-in thing. You have Dinah, you have the Birds of Prey characters and Nubia. It kind of references stuff in that book, which I have been reading. I will say the plot of Birds of Prey, I've kind of lost track about what's going on. It was a little bit confusing as it's been going on. They had to rescue Sin Lance, and you have Maps Mizuguchi, who's now Meridian, and there's traveling through different dimensions. They had to stage a coup on Themyscira. There's a lot of of different stuff kind of going on in there, but it's just kind of like them talking, setting up things for future storylines. The artwork here looks absolutely fantastic. Like Dinah has to hear something, like kind of shocks her. And then, of course, we get the arrival of Big Barda and sweet, merciful Jesus. Look at her. I mean, Big Barda has never looked better in an art style. Like, this is, I mean, goodness gracious me. Like, I mean, yeah, like she looks great. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I know it's a drawing, but damn. But yeah, and then it's kind of setting the stage for stuff like Green Arrow and whatnot. So if you want to hear more about Dinah and Green Arrow and that, you can check out my videos on that. But yeah, that's basically the backup in a nutshell. I thought the artwork was absolutely astounding. Big Barda especially, like, my goodness, like, I never thought about Big Barda that way, but like, yeah, they let this artist draw her like every single time going forward. that's what I want to say. But yeah, I actually enjoyed myself with Batman 152. I thought it moved at a good pace. There were some surprises there. There's some great looking artwork sprinkled in throughout. Yeah, it is an absolute power tie-in, but you know what? I'd rather have an issue that's just kind of fun and Batman and Catwoman, like, actually thinking smart for once, like, despite being at a big disadvantage. Like, the action is staged well, and appearance of Darkseid, and also kind of setting the stage for All In and some various mysteries at play there. But this was a good one. Like, this is legitimately, like, this actually might even be my favorite thing Zdarsky has written, like, for Batman, at least in terms of just kind of just the issues I've read, at least that I can think of in a while. This is so much better than anything we got, like Gotham War, the fail-safe stuff, or the Zur, and all that other stuff. But maybe because it was just an action-packed issue with some surprises, and the backup was, you know, fine. Like, if you don't read like Birds of Prey, you'll be kind of lost with some of the stuff. At least that's what I think. But it was still good, and like I said, the artwork, fantastic. I mean, all of them look great, especially Big Barda there. So yeah. All right, well, that's all I have to say. I actually really did enjoy this issue. Like, it's kind of nice to say that about like a main Batman issue by Zdarsky at this point. But hey, maybe I can hold out hope that the next phase of his run is as entertaining as this tie-in issue was. So, like I said, I'm genuinely surprised, but in a good way, So, what did you think of the issue? Post your comments down below. Be sure to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to your channel for more content, hit that bell for notification. That's going to be it in terms of the DC comic book reviews for this week. I got one more comic book review that's going to be on the Godzilla Skate or Die. I haven't even gotten around to reading that thing yet, but I want to get this one out there, and then we'll be back again probably next week for more comic book reviews. So, busy these days. All right, well, that's all I have to say. As always, take care now. Bye-bye then. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.